Did you know the foods you eat can directly impact your blood sugar levels, sometimes causing rapid spikes, and other times keeping things steady? Did you know that 1 in 10 adults in the world has diabetes without them knowing it? That's where the glycemic index comes in. But what is it, and why does it matter for your health? In this video, we'll break down the glycemic index, explain why it's so important, and show you how to make smarter food choices to keep your energy stable and your health on track. Whether you're managing diabetes, aiming to lose weight, or simply trying to eat healthier, understanding the glycemic index can be a game changer. This system ranks foods containing carbohydrates on a scale from 0 to 100 based on how they affect your blood sugar after eating. But it's not as complicated as it sounds. Let's dive in. The glycemic index measures how quickly carbohydrates in foods are broken down into sugar or glucose and absorbed into your bloodstream. High glycemic index foods with a value of 70 and above are digested quickly, causing a rapid blood sugar spike. Low glycemic index foods with a value of 55 and lower are digested slowly, leading to a gradual and more stable blood sugar rise. Now that you know how the scale works, let's discuss why it matters. For people with diabetes or insulin resistance, managing blood sugar levels is crucial. Low glycemic index foods help prevent rapid blood sugar spikes, keeping levels more stable and reducing the risk of complications. Have you ever felt hungry soon after eating a meal high in carbs? That's because high glycemic index foods cause a quick spike, and then a crash in your blood sugar, leaving you craving more. On the other hand, low glycemic index foods are digested slowly, helping you feel fuller for longer and making it easier to manage your weight. A diet rich in low glycemic index foods can reduce your risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even some types of cancer. Plus, these foods are often packed with essential nutrients, making them great for overall health. While the glycemic index scale gives us a general idea, several factors can influence where a food falls on the scale. Not all sugars are created equal. For example, glucose has a high glycemic index, while fructose has a lower glycemic index. However, both can exist simultaneously in one ingredient, like in fruits, white sugar, and honey. The more processed a food is, the higher its glycemic index tends to be. For instance, white bread has a higher glycemic index than whole grain bread because the processing removes fiber and nutrients. Foods high in fiber, like legumes and whole grains, have a lower glycemic index because fiber slows digestion. How you cook your food matters too. For example, al dente pasta has a lower glycemic index than soft, overcooked pasta. Fruit ripeness can also affect their glycemic index. An overripe banana has a higher glycemic index than a slightly ripe one because the starches in the fruit convert to sugar as they ripen. What fruits do you think have the highest value of glycemic index? Share your answer in the comments below. While the glycemic index is a helpful tool, it's not the only factor to consider. The nutritional value of food, including its vitamins, minerals, and fiber, is equally important. For example, watermelon has a high glycemic index, but it's low in calories and packed with nutrients. Similarly, pairing high glycemic foods with low ones can balance your meals. Let's say you're having white rice. Adding a source of protein like chicken, along with some non-starchy vegetables, can lower the overall glycemic impact of your meal. In general, foods like sugary drinks, white bread, white rice, processed snacks, instant oatmeal, cereals, potatoes, and sweet desserts are those labeled as high glycemic index foods. Medium glycemic index foods include sweet potatoes, brown rice, whole wheat bread, raisins, rolled oatmeal, orange juice, ripe bananas, and fresh corn. Those with low glycemic index are berries, lentils, quinoa, nuts, whole oranges, non-starchy vegetables, apples, and plain yogurt. It might sound complicated if you have to think about all these when eating food. The most simple way is to combine foods or have a balanced meal. Eating less carbohydrates or starchy vegetables is one of the simple ways to reduce the total glycemic index of a meal. Adding more fruits and non-starchy vegetables helps to balance the total glycemic index of your meal. Eating more meat does not affect the total glycemic index of your meal since it does not consist of carbohydrates, plus it keeps you fuller. However, the process of preparing the meat either by adding sugar marinade, potatoes, or being processed into meatballs can affect the glycemic index. The glycemic index is a simple yet powerful tool to help you make healthier food choices. But do not get overwhelmed by it. Instead, focus on eating balanced meals to obtain your daily nutrients. Want to get more nutrients from your foods? Check out this video, where I share the best food combination to get the maximum benefit from garlic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on healthy eating and living. As always, stay healthy and informed.